Hey everyone, welcome. I'm MisterBo, and in today's video I'm going to be answering your questions. In the last one of these videos I asked you guys to leave some questions down in the comments that I would then answer. So today we're going to be going through those questions. Now before we get into that, I'm just going to say I apologize for no content over the last couple of weeks. Been super busy with Christmas and I've had a load of deadlines to get done. So I'm going to be able to focus on this channel for the next couple of weeks and hopefully get back into regular, maybe even daily uploads. And I'll talk about what's coming up on the channel at the end of this video, but let's hop straight into the questions. So our first question comes from ISX84, who says, do you play Uncharted? If not, have you heard of it? Well, yeah, I have heard of Uncharted, but I haven't actually played any of these series. Now that I have a PS4, it's something I might go back and play, but I'm not really too interested in it. If I was to play a game that I haven't played on PS4 that's supposed to be a very good game, that would probably be The Last of Us, as The Last of Us Part 2 is going to be coming out sometime in the future. But no, I haven't played Uncharted 4, but I do know it. Our next question comes from Night Glider, who says, what do you do when you're not playing video games or working on videos or coming up with ideas? Well, that's mainly what I do in my spare time, but apart from that I also do some stuff with music, and I watch a lot of telly, and that's about it really. As I said, this is what I do in my spare time. In my normal time I'm doing uni work, but yeah, I don't really do much else than doing those. Alright, our next question comes from Smiter080, who says, what is your dream job? Now that's a pretty tricky question. My dream job would probably be doing something like I'm doing now with YouTube, creating content but on a bigger scale. A job that I really like is probably just a dream job for me. If I'm enjoying what I'm doing, then that's all I need. We then have a question from Alexity, who says, what do you think about the multi-universal universe atom Higgs particle connection? We then have a question from Jamie Sayers, who says, what's your favorite game of all time? Now I think I've actually answered this in a previous video, but my favorite game of all time is Crash Team Racing on the PS1. I'm a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. That was the game that got me into the series, one of the first games I ever played. And yeah, I'm super excited to see Crash Bandicoot's return. They aren't remaking Crash Team Racing, unfortunately, but maybe in the future they will. But yeah, Crash Team Racing is my favorite game of all time. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite games of all time are, because I'd love to know. We then have a question from Spez himself, who says, great video, Bo, thanks very much. And then he says, my question for the Q&A is, what is your first name? Now I do know there are some people out there who do know what my first name is, and it is connected to MisterBo, but I'm not going to let you know. If you can figure it out, you can try, but yeah, that's going to remain a secret for the meantime. We then have a question from BJ Has a Beard. He says, do you produce your own music for your videos? I really dig it. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I do make my own music in my spare time, if you want to call it music. I also mix and DJ, and in some of my videos I do put my own stuff into it. If you want to listen to any of that, I will leave a link in the description below to my Soundcloud. But it's just something I do in my spare time along with doing YouTube. We then have a question from BrimClan, who says, when are you going to do the PS4 custom games? So as there hasn't really been much going on the channel at the moment, my main priority is getting regular uploads going. Once I've done that, I'll then focus on doing regular live streams, and that is where the custom games with you guys will come in. Every month I want to do a live stream in which I play with you guys on PS4 as well as Xbox One. We can start off with Destiny, but I also want to do other games because I know a lot of you guys do play other games other than just Destiny, but they are going to be coming soon. I've just got to get back into doing regular content. We then have a question from DestiWee, who says, keep up the great work. Thank you very much, DestiWee. And he says, I would love to play with you on PlayStation someday. So as I just spoke about, PS4 custom games in live streams will be coming soon. So if you want to add me on PlayStation, it's I am MisterBo. I'll accept your friend request. You can add me on Xbox as well. Again, it's I am MisterBo. And then in the next few months, I'll be able to play with you guys. We then have another question from Night Glider, who says, what type of music do you like? So the type of music I like is mainly house and hip hop. They're the two genres I listen to, but I'm kind of open to listening to anything really. You can break those two things down into multiple subgenres that I listen to, but yeah, I like to listen to anything, mainly house, mainly hip hop. If you want to have an idea of what I listen to, you can go to my SoundCloud and go to my likes page and just listen to the stuff that I'm listening to at the moment. But yeah, house and hip hop. The Gaming Wolf 43 then asks, how old are you? what is my favourite strike in Destiny, and what is my favourite class in Destiny. He says his is a Titan. That was then followed up by Forrest Gump, who says he looks like he's around high school age or maybe even early college. I think that would probably put me around 18 or 19, I'm not entirely sure, but I am 21, if you didn't already know. I think I've said that before. In terms of my favourite strike in Destiny, I'm always going to have a love for the Devil's Lair, as it's the first strike in Destiny and I've played it over and over again, especially in the Destiny beta. However, I think the Nexus Mine is probably my favourite strike. Having not been able to really play it so much in the last year and then bringing it back for the Dawning was really a cool surprise. So yeah, the Nexus Mine is my favourite strike. I really like the encounters in it, and yeah. And then as for my favourite class in Destiny, I think you guys probably all know it's a Warlock. That's the only thing I play as in Destiny. I have tried a Titan and a Hunter, but I just don't really like them, and I really like the Warlock for multiplayer. The tech guy then asks, do I have a favourite god roll weapon in Destiny? I'm probably going to have to say my favourite god roll weapon is the Matador 64. I don't have it. One of the perks on mine is not as good as the god roll weapon, so it's slightly a god roll weapon, but it's not quite. So god roll weapon Matador 64, however at the same time it's my least favourite because I hate to be killed by it. We then have a question from Spartanium's Mao Meow, who says, how long does it take you to make and edit a video? So it really does depend. A small short video about 2 to 3 minutes can usually take around an hour and a half to 2 hours. I've got to get the gameplay, get the information, record the audio, edit the audio, then edit the video, render it, upload it to YouTube. And then some of the longer videos, like a video I'm working on at the moment, that's going to be going up in the next couple of days, which is my most anticipated games for 2017. That's taking a little bit longer, and at the moment I think I'm on around 3 or 4 hours currently in editing that. So they do vary depending on the length and how complex they are, but the shortest videos usually take around an hour and a half to 2 hours to make. We then have a question from Mohsin Mahmood, who says, what made you decide to make YouTube content at the very start with Call of Duty, now to Destiny and other games? So I started doing YouTube because I played a lot of games and I wanted to do something more productive with that, and I thought YouTube was a great way to do that. As for doing Call of Duty, I kind of tried to find a game that allowed me to make content easily and that I enjoyed playing, and I really enjoyed playing Call of Duty Zombies, so I just decided to try and do some guides for that. Then that kind of ended, there wasn't really any Call of Duty Zombies going on, and I'm a huge Bungie fan. I've played all the Halo games, so I was really excited for the next project, which was Destiny. So I thought, let's try and make some videos on Destiny, and well, here we are 2 years later. I've really enjoyed Destiny and I can't wait for Destiny 2 this year. So that is kind of how I decided to make a YouTube channel, why I started off with Call of Duty and why I went to Destiny, and then hopefully over the rest of this year we can expand out to some other games. And then the last question comes from Mr. Hypertypical, who actually has 2 questions. He asks, what mic do you use? I'm using the 80-2020 USB. And then he says, also, how do you make your thumbnails so nice? Tips and stuff. So when it comes to making thumbnails, I try to make mine as clean and simple as possible. Try and keep iterating, come up with multiple ideas, don't just settle on the first idea. Try tie it to the game in some way. Take a look at my Zombies in Spaceland thumbnails. I tried to get that 80s feel with those thumbnails, and I think that paid off pretty well. And just have fun. If you think something looks cool, just go with it. If you don't, just try reiterate and try again. And look around for inspiration, look at other people's thumbnails, go to the game you're trying to make the thumbnail for, their website, go into their assets and try and pull some stuff that you can then put in your own thumbnails. That's what I do. And yeah, that's how I make my thumbnails, and there's some tips and stuff on how to make your thumbnails. And there you have it. Those are all the questions you guys asked me. Thank you very much to every single one of you who asked me a question. Hopefully I didn't miss any there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said at the beginning of this video, I'll talk about what's coming up on the channel for the rest of this month. We have For Honor beta going live at the end of January, and I'm super excited for that game, so you can expect some content on that. Also, the Call of Duty Zombies Rave in the Redwoods DLC is going to be going live at the end of January, so I'll be covering that as well. And then later on this week or next week, I'll have a video going up about Destiny, the state it's in at the moment, and what I'd like to see with Destiny 2. But there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to give the like button a big old hug and subscribe for more gaming content and coverage. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.